Hey there! If you're a professional in Sri Lanka with big ambitions to make a real difference, then you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to break down the prestigious Australia Awards Scholarship. Our goal? To turn what can seem like a really complex application process into a clear, simple roadmap for your future. So, what you're looking at here is the official information pack for the awards. Yeah, it can look a little dense, I know, but don't you worry. In this explainer, we're going to walk through every single critical piece of information on these pages. By the end, you'll know exactly what this opportunity is all about, and more importantly, how you can go after it. So, let's dive in.
We've broken this down into 6 simple parts. We'll start with the big why, the whole idea behind the award. Then, we'll help you figure out if you're a good fit, check out the amazing benefits, and then tackle those all-important eligibility rules. After that, we'll go through the application steps and finally look at what happens after you hit that submit button. Okay, first up, what is this scholarship really about? Because it's so much more than just a free degree. It's truly an investment in the next generation of leaders for Sri Lanka.
See, here's the key takeaway. The Australia Awards program is looking for people who are passionate about returning to Sri Lanka to drive real, tangible progress. They're investing in your potential to solve development challenges and to build lasting bridges between Australia and Sri Lanka. It's all about making an impact.
Right, now for the big question. Is this for you? Let's get specific and see if you're the kind of person they're hoping will apply, because the program has a very clear focus on certain areas and people.
This is crucial. Your field of study has to line up with Sri Lanka's current development needs. The priority areas you see here, things like climate change, economic development, and governance, are all about building a more resilient, stable, and prosperous nation.
And it's not just about what you study, it's also about who you are and where you're from. If you come from one of these priority districts, places like Jaffna, Batticaloa, or Monaragala, they really want to hear from you. And this is so important. They are specifically calling for applications from women, people with disabilities, and individuals from other marginalized groups.
And just to be crystal clear on the academic side of things, this opportunity is for a master's degree. It could be by coursework or by research, and the specific intake we're talking about right now is for studies that will kick off in 2027.
So, if you're sitting there thinking, wow, this sounds like me, then you're probably dying to know about the benefits. And let me tell you, this isn't just about the honor. It's a massive support package designed to let you focus and succeed. I mean, just look at this. The support package is incredible. We're talking full tuition paid, your flights to and from Australia covered, a one-off payment to help you get settled, money for your living expenses, and full health insurance. The whole thing is designed so you can focus 100% on your studies and on growing as a leader without having to worry about the financial side of things.
Okay, now for the nitty-gritty. This is probably the most detailed part, so you'll want to pay close attention. We're going to break down the key eligibility requirements one by one.
Now, this is really interesting. Check out the 2 different paths for English proficiency. The end goal for everyone is an IELTS score of 6.5 or its equivalent. But if you're from a priority district or if you have a disability, you get a more flexible entry point. You can actually apply with a 6.0, which is a fantastic way to encourage more people to apply.
Next up, work experience. This isn't for fresh graduates. You've got to have at least 3 years of experience after you've gotten your degree. The details are a little different depending on your job. If you're in the public sector, you need to be a confirmed employee. For everyone else, the key is that your experience has to be relevant to what you want to study. And here are a few other final checkpoints. You absolutely must have a degree that's equivalent to an Australian bachelor's. Your background has to line up with your study goals. And you can't have had another Australian government award recently. These are the non-negotiables, so just make sure you tick all these boxes before you start your application.
So, you've confirmed you're eligible. That is fantastic. So what do the practical steps actually look like? Let's walk through the timeline and exactly how you'll get your application in.
Okay, dates. Super important. The application window is your first major hurdle. It opens up on February 1st, 2026, and it slams shut on April 30th. You absolutely have to get these dates in your calendar because they do not consider late applications. You've got about 3 months, so my advice is to start preparing way ahead of time.
And listen, there is only one way to apply. It's online, through the official portal called OASIS. That's the Online Australia Awards Scholarships Information System. No paper applications, no emails, everything has to go through that system. So you'll want to get familiar with it before that deadline gets too close.
Now this slide right here is your new best friend. It's your document checklist. Pay really close attention to that certified column, because some of your documents will need official verification. And also, take a look at the development impact plan. That's a big one. It's where you'll explain your goals and show how your studies are going to help Sri Lanka. Seriously, start gathering all this stuff now to avoid that last-minute panic.
Okay, you've done it. You poured your heart and soul into the application, you've gathered all your documents, and you've hit submit. So, what happens next? Let's look at the final leg of the journey from applicant to, hopefully, awardee.
Well, the process is extremely competitive. First, they do a strict eligibility check and create a shortlist. If you make that cut, congratulations! You'll be invited for an interview. And that interview is your chance to really shine, to show them your leadership potential and your passion for making an impact. After that, the final decisions are made, and you'll get the news in late 2026.
And if you are one of the successful candidates, there are a few key promises you have to make. You'll sign a contract, you'll go to a briefing before you leave, and this is the big one, you must commit to returning to Sri Lanka for at least 2 years after you graduate. It all comes back to that core purpose of the award, contributing to Sri Lanka's future.
And at the end of the day, that really is the ultimate question, isn't it? This scholarship is an incredible door to personal and academic growth, but it's even more than that. It's a chance to get the skills, the knowledge, and the networks to become a real agent of change back home.
So if your answer to that question is yes, then here's your very next step. Head over to the official website, read through every single detail, and if you have questions, use the contact info right here. Your journey could start today. Good luck.